sail away alone all by myself. I'm not just gonna stand here and wait. I wanna just decide what is to be my fate. Alone all by myself, I'm not just gonna stay here and wait.
Good afternoon, everybody. How the hell are you doing? How you doing, Verbo?
So hot. Just so hot still.
Just so hot. Okay. Just so, folks, you heard it here first. Verbo says she's just so hot. She's the hottest person on earth right now.
It was 108 yesterday, and I don't even know what it is because I can't bring myself to go look at the weather station.
Oh,
I
took a bath to soak my knee earlier, and it was just, I know what you mean, because the bathroom was just so hot that I was like, okay, yeah. I could either die now or have no knee pain. I'm gonna just sit here a while and try not to die. So
I just gave the cat a bath, so I was sitting in a humid bathroom, and I was very unhappy about it just right before this podcast.
Well, we've got a lot for you guys tonight. Number one, there is no update to one of our stories. Is the hearing today for summary judgment. We're still waiting for documents on that. No one has said anything, but Chili was pissed off this afternoon when he did go live. On the front of Chili, okay, today in New Jersey, 30-plus auditors all came together in an organized fashion to protest on behalf of Leroy the Truth. Everyone was there, including low-level people like Taco Terry and Angry Vet.
Taco Terry.
I mean, bottom of the barrel, they were all in New Jersey. But guess who wasn't?
Chili DeCastro.
That's right. And he tried to do counter-programming by going live early today to because he was going to draw all these people, I guess. Well, I was watching James Freeman, who had over 1,000 people in live chat. Chili pulled in 370 something, but that was only after after Freeman and everybody big was off the air. And Chili delayed twice because he said he was at the dentist, but when he got to the live show, all of a sudden he said he was at the gym working out. So, Alan Eyes, you come up with a story about what he was working out if he was supposedly at the dentist working out. I don't know. You and Pants can work that out later.
Maybe there was just nitrous involved.
He did look, I mean, his eyes were, his eyes are usually very animated, so you can see how little his pupils are, you know, how pinprick they are. Tonight, or this afternoon, he could barely keep his eyes open. It was bizarre. It was like the first time we've seen him like this.
I wonder if the fatigue is just getting to him because everything is kind of crushing in at the same time.
You know, well, he was pissed off. Yeah, he was pissed off at the world too.
Yeah, because you were talking the other day about his journalistic coalition of correspondence that he's going to send out and all this other stuff. Most of the community, like you just said, organized in New Jersey for a protest, didn't invite him, didn't include him. did just fine without him, and
Yeah,
they don't need him. He doesn't need to be involved with anything. And that must
and then he
feel not great.
and then he did exactly what I said he'd do. He basically forgot everything he said last week when he changed course and pissed off all his fans, and was right back to the police for the bad guys and all that crap. So, yeah. He knew that he screwed up and he had to double back. And this is what
So
he
you had,
always does.
so you had 1 day of divergence from message.
Yeah, he had his 1 day of divergence from message last Thursday, pissed too many people off. And Nima, this show we do in vertical format. So
Mm-hmm.
the last one you were at was in widescreen format. We just did the premiere of just the straight newscast. This one is in
Mm-hmm.
vertical format because we get more exposure from the algorithm on just this live. So yeah, everybody hates it,
Yeah.
but hey, I'm taking advantage of it because we're getting 457. We have 457 people subscribed, and at least half
Woohoo!
of them came after we switched to this format for this show. So,
Yeah.
ha.
And the panel show later will be in the horizontal, the typical normal format. So this is
Yeah.
just for a half an hour while we do the commentary portion of the news.
Speaking of doing stuff, you had an assignment. Oh, we're at 4:58 now,
Oh,
according to Gothic Sparrow. You had the assignment
nice.
because uh, we'll address it in one of these that the server died last week and we lost everything. We're slowly but surely putting everything back up. But Verbo took it upon herself to write a eulogy for our missing and dead server. So, take it away.
On this day, we note a new beginning for Jim's archives. He and his archives have been together for decades and shared many personal, original, and creative thoughts and ideas. Their very existence was intertwined inextricably, the absence keenly felt. With the loss of his database, the new start for Jim will be an adjustment. Jim is committed to keeping the database's memory alive with a slow roll re-archiving of past posts. During this time of transition, please give encouragement and well wishes towards Jim's new era of database management and retention. We thank you for your attention and attendance during such a sensitive and impactful time.
Aw, thank you. I told you it wouldn't depress me. I like that.
Well, I had originally paired it up with some cemetery footage, and I was told that maybe I was being insensitive.
Oh, well, I was insensitive because when I put it up on the website, have you seen it on the website yet?
I did. I did.
Yes,
My
I
name's
used the
misspelled
cemetery
so many different
icons.
ways.
Yeah, I misspelled you, and I corrected it finally, but yeah. Because
Yeah,
I call her Virgo. What's the whole name? I don't know. And here I am. I'm typing with one fingers here, even though I type properly. So,
yeah,
we
just so you
do
know,
have
everybody, Jim's co-host name is not saved as a word in his database.
yes. Yeah, we do have, yes, Alan I is reallycoolsite.org, reallycoolsite.org, reallycoolsite.org. We do have breaking news, from one of our correspondents. We will have, more information tomorrow on this. Please, after the show and before our next show, go over to Tella Klein's. She has information that mediation did not find a compromise. Judge dismissed all 5 of Glenn Serio's small claims court claims today. With prejudice.
Oh,
With prejudice.
nice,
So,
nice.
yes.
Love it.
We will. I didn't ask if we have permission to play it, so we will have that tomorrow. Please go over to hers tomorrow, or not tomorrow, after this show. Please at least give us give us the views for the next half an hour or so. But then go straight over to hers make sure you get a like and subscribe to her channel, because this is major news. He is screwed, basically. Yeah. No word on the federal cases where he's asking for $100 million to one and $50 million to the other two, but he never served those properly yet, so yeah. Anyway, we are now 12 minutes into the show, so I better click one of these or else we'll be here forever. GoFundMe? Oh, come on, people. It's 4:23 a.m. as we write this. We're about to watch a Floyd Wallace video fulfilling a promise he made to his fans and attempt to learn Spanish on a live stream. We're hoping it's as bad as it seems, as it's been a long night. You know, we've been bitching about strange dreams, aliens, and the like. Well, a 5-hour energy mixed with a Sheetz extra spicy chicken sandwich, and we've had about 3 hours of sleep because I didn't know you can mix aliens and Jaws and Chile DeCastro fans. I didn't. I never thought it was possible, nor did I want to have this dream. Usually when I have alien-style dreams, I just peace out. I force myself into an escape pod, making sure there's no facehugger on the seat or in the capsule, and leave before anything happens. I'm no hero. I'm not here to save the world. Likewise, the greatest way to get out of a Jaws dream is to force yourself to wake up. Same goes for a dream where you're hunted by raging fans of Chile DeCastro who can't possibly accept that their hero isn't who he says he is and has said some pretty messed up things over the past 2 years. Did you hear that, Verbo? That's what I was talking about. The thunder went off exactly when I just said that.
It's funny.
It was like, Chile DeCastro is not your hero. Sorry for interrupting, folks, but I was wondering which one of these it did it in. We were having major thunderstorms again this afternoon, so we're jumping in this. I mean, they bitch and they bitch and they bitch and they fill your YouTube comments with, "This is fake, this is a lie," and all you can do is open your eyes and peace out on them. The lack of sleep will be worth it to escape them. See, right now, new message. You've got a robot voice and I hate you. Okay then, don't want to see that? Let's just wake up from the dream. Open eyes, and open eyes, and... Oh dear God, this must be life. This is real? It can't be. I just posted in the dream my open love for Selena Gomez and that stupid show with those old guys. That was a dream, right? I mean, no one can know about my secret. Wait a minute, it's just a dream. It's just a dream. I mean, reality can't be that no one but me is doing anything to promote their GoFundMes. We just added a bunch of admittedly deadish GoFundMes, but still, they were here to inspire the creators to start promoting them again and to go on to win the Daily Crown. It takes minimal effort, people. Even if our daily hate watcher's gone off to watch better things lately. Dear Jim, you suck. I'm not paying for this shit. Do better. At least we promote our GoFundMes and try to do something to give you value for your money. Not like, well, Jose Chile DeCastro, Sean Paul, Long Island Audits Riaz, and the rest. We work for our money. We shake that thing. We put out, damn it. And wait, we're confusing dream and reality again, so This column is over today due to technical difficulties. If you'd like to donate to get us some mental health issue help, we do have a GoFundMe of our own. Please, gosh, make this reality end. Make us go back to the dream. It's just a dream. Do better. Geez, I scared off like half of our fans with that one. Oh, well.
Yeah. Don't shake your groove thing, man. That seems to not be what the audience.
Yeah, they all ran. And yes, she does, Parsons. It's the put out grift. It's the put out grift. Good
We
Lord.
all did learn that you have a thing for Selena Gomez, though.
I do not! You can't prove it. I didn't say nothing. I just like that show.
Okay.
That
You
show
like moon-faced gals, apparently.
with Steve Martin and what's his face? Martin Short. Only Murders in the Building. I like that show. And she's sassy on that show. Yeah, she
Be
is
like a
sassy.
sassy moon face.
It's, well, not always, but it's a good show. I like the show. That's what I like. I like Rose better, Alan Eyes. Anywho, let's get to our next one. Our next amazing selection for tonight is versus Peter, motion hearing set for today. All eyes have turned to the motions hearing today in California Superior Court, as a hearing is scheduled for Michael Blue Bacon Paratini's motion for summary judgment in the case that was brought against him by Jose Chili DeCastro. The lawsuit was originally filed by DeCastro in early 2023 and alleges that Paratini was part of the Masshole Troll Mafia criminal organization that was allegedly devoted to harassing and defaming him. DeCastro originally brought a version of the lawsuit against Kate Peter and Josh Abrams in 2022 before revising the lawsuit to focus on copyright violations and then refiling his original charges, dropping Abrams from the suit and replacing him with Paratini, Team Skeptic, and Daniel Clement when it was refiled. As stated many times by DeCastro, the intent of the lawsuit was to drain the defendants of as much money as possible as they defend themselves from his accusations. DeCastro was as vague as possible in his accusations and has refused to actively attempt to move the case forward. Paratini's motion for summary judgment essentially reflects this, as it's been over a year since DeCastro has filed the charges against Paratini, but hasn't specified what he is accusing Paratini of specifically doing, or providing any proof that Paratini was involved in any of the alleged crimes. DeCastro has previously refused to sit for depositions in the case or provide discovery, even when ordered to, then sanctioned by the court for refusing to participate. His next scheduled deposition date is later this month, provided that the court does not end the lawsuit on the motion for summary judgment later today. The YouTuber recently hired an attorney to represent him in the lawsuit, which may bring a delay to any ruling, as a previous filing has asked for a delay of 2 months for the attorney to get acquainted with the lawsuit.
You're muted, Jim. There seems to be no sound, Jim. Please hold while we try to figure out what the technical difficulties are. Would you guys like me to tell you about giving my cat a bath earlier? Oh, we've lost Jim entirely. I believe that there were thunderstorms coming in. Old Mustard says freestyle rap. I've never rapped before in my entire life, so that's probably a horrible idea. Um, it has been a little bit entertaining to see Chili just kind of power down and not be entirely sure of himself lately. That's been funny to me. I was amused hearing about Taco Terry. I haven't heard about him in freaking forever. Um, let's see. I've been trying to get Jim to maybe cover to a pre, although his frequency is a little bit too low for like something that people would like to see on the regular, but he is kind of a weird comedian. I don't really know what's going on with that guy, but it's a little bit odd.
What did I miss? My entire
I was
internet just went down.
I was rambling about what I've been amused by lately.
Well, let's go to another amusing person, if this loads. 3 retrieve stolen items from police. Craig Hendry was in full sovereign citizen mode as he live-streamed his attempt to retrieve items stolen from him when he was kidnapped by the Lake County, Indiana Sheriff's Department sometime in the unspecified past. Hendry started the live stream as he claimed that he was going to be denied his old iPhone 11 and gimbal that were taken as evidence in a previous arrest. His title for the stream reflected his unsuccessful attempt, and he was surprised when a number of workers from the sheriff's office came out with his items. The YouTuber had to pause to retrieve his government compliance ID with his picture on it from his car to be able to retrieve the items, but yes, he actually said it was his government compliance ID with his picture on it.
Weird. That's such a really weird way of saying ID.
He was in full sob-sit mode. It was just like he was on something. He was on sovereign citizen mode.
Yeah.
After a brief walk to his car and back in full sovereign citizen mode, he realized he was getting his things back, so he may as well comply with the ID requirement. He did, as he was in sovereign citizen mode, have to have the last word as he noticed a sign that said no recording in the building and demanded to know if it was a law or a policy. Failing to bait any of the officers at the front desk, he announced to his 169 viewers that he was in danger of being kidnapped again, then shouted that Lake County Sheriff Oscar Martinez would soon be indicted for unspecified felony charges. A quick Google check of Hendry's claims resulted in listings for an incident where Martinez pled guilty to reckless driving charges in February of this year, but did not lose his job over that infraction, and nothing else was pending. Hendry then wandered out of the building, only to talk himself into returning, as it was legal to instruct government officials under his belief of the laws in Indiana. He then returned to the building and advised the remaining police officer that he advises him to take the sign down since there was no law that could be enforced to back the no recording policy. Without missing a beat, the officer told Hendry that he was a court deputy and didn't know why Hendry was complaining to him as, despite his uniform, he had nothing to do with the placement of or possible removal of the sign. Hendry, outraged, stormed out of the facility and declared Lake County, Indiana, a hellhole, and declared that he never wanted to return to the area in his lifetime. He then meekly changed the title of the video to reflect his successful retrieval of his belongings. So, there you go, Craig Hendry, because things were that slow last night.
One time I accidentally ended up in Indiana through no previous intention, and it wasn't great. I did not like Indiana.
My sister lived in Indianapolis for a couple of years there, and
I hear
they're not
Indianapolis
on.
itself is pretty decent, like just the
Well,
state though.
Indianapolis is not on daylight savings time. It's its own thing. So they would go, they would stay one time all through the year. And it was just odd, just like I guess that part of Indiana is that way. But the states surrounding them are all, on daylight savings. So sometimes they were central, sometimes they were eastern. It was weird.
I went to a wedding in Wisconsin and we flew into Chicago, right? 'Cause normal. And my ex did all of the travel plans for us, and I didn't look at the itinerary. I just trusted he was an adult and could book us a hotel in the right state. And I guess he had booked us a hotel in like West Chicago or East Chicago or something weird like
Oh,
that. And
God.
that's actually
Yeah.
in Indiana. So we're driving, and I said, "We're leaving state. Where in the hell are we going?" We end up at this casino, which is weird. We didn't stay at casinos, and we decided to go down to the casino floor, and we're walking, and there's this weird accordion walls, and all of a sudden I don't feel like we're on land, and I turned to him, and I said, "We're on a boat right now." He was like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "We're not on land anymore. We are on a boat. This feels weird. what have you done? Like, we're in the wrong state and now I'm on a boat? What's wrong with you? So there's a security guard there. I turned to him and I say, Sir, am I on a boat right now? And he's like, Yeah, it's a riverboat casino. He's like, why are you asking me that? Don't you know where you're at? And I said, No, sir, I do not know where I'm at. Did not expect to be here. And then we got in a giant fight because I embarrassed him.
Oh, God. Well, speaking of something that's going to cause a giant fight, let's go to our last selection for the night. This is our mission statement / welcome to Really Cool Site.
Ooh.
If it ever loads. And yes, folks, this is the last thing for the night.
And good evening, depending on your state of mind, and welcome to Really Cool News. Really Cool News is part of ReallyCoolSite.org, which has been various things over the years since it was founded in 2001, including a site devoted to tech TV comic strips, a personal blog site, a site devoted to original comic books, and so much more over the last 23 years. Since November of 2021, we've been primarily known for our daily newspaper, with news articles devoted to covering First Amendment auditors and their First Amendment adjacent figures. We use the word news in the basest and loosest format as possible, despite the fact that we have journalistic training. Unlike everyone else in the field, we're not using the label of a journalist because we don't want to get lumped in with every other knucklehead in the field who is calling themselves that to get away with bad behavior. The term around here is blog and blogger and blogging, and we're very happy to be our own little thing, far away from the idiots who are working on a story to excuse their stupid and often illegal behavior. Conveniently, our database of the website completely died last week, and we're in a rebuilding phase. Most of our older articles contain links and items such as coverage of daily live events or daily featured videos that probably won't be coming back as there's way too much work involved in tracking each one down. If you want absolute proof that we've been around for years, probably hit up the Discord and find our links posted on many of the anti-First Amendment auditing servers since 2022. Or the Internet Wayback Machine, up to you, not up to us to prove anything. As we put articles back up from our Word and text files, if the links are there and the links haven't been removed by their owners, we'll include them. Don't like that? Tough. We have nothing to prove, we're old, we're tired, and frankly, we don't care. As with every publication, there are times we're going to get things wrong. We'll be the first to admit that. If you have a correction to make or want to get in touch, best way to do that is through email at jamescanine@gmail.com. We'll work with you if it's a true error, or if we really fudge something up. If it's just a bit of wishful thinking on your part because they'd never do that, you probably won't get a reply. Our articles try to take a neutral approach to our coverage. We're not here to insult, demean, project an agenda, etc. There are times when we do make humorous approaches to stories, and there are times when we may cross lines that you're not comfortable with. We'll listen to your feedback and learn from it as we move forward. But no, we're not out to insult, demean, or hurt anyone. We'll poke fun at people, but there's no malicious efforts behind it. We reserve the right to delete and ban anyone from our site or our YouTube channel for any reason at all. Your First Amendment rights don't apply on a private server or on a private service. We'll nuke, ban, carry out horrible things at the slightest whim if we need to, in order to keep the peace. We've been working in social media since before the term was coined and have run communities for some of the biggest companies in the world. Policy? Sorry about that, but it is what it is. Sometimes we heart and like posts just to heart and like posts. It encourages people to post. Do not take our likes and our loves as endorsements of anything but the almighty YouTube algorithm. We're not dying on your hill. We're not advocating for you. But if we can give your comment a fair shake, we will, despite our feelings on it. That said, personal attacks on anyone, including ourselves, are not permitted, and our mods have ban hammers for a reason. Attack the idea, not the person. Since YouTube's moderation tools suck, sometimes things will fall through the cracks, but if we see things that violate our guidelines, they'll be removed without warning. As far as our horrible, robotic, worst thing in the world, oh, I can't stand it, voice in our videos, that's our voice. We don't use AI. We're slowly but surely improving our craft. If you don't like this voice, switch to ReallyCoolSite.org and read it yourself. Or not. Up to you. Lastly, we've been around for a long time on the web. Our YouTube channel started as a full-time thing in May of this year. We're a tiny channel compared to our old newspaper. We know we don't have 601,000 viewers or pull in hundreds of thousands of dollars from our work, or anything right now since we're not monetized. We're entirely comfortable in our own shoes right now, and we're going to keep on keeping on exactly like we've been doing when we had 10 viewers and just a handful of friends placating our efforts. That said, have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, and thank you for contributing your time to our efforts. If you're inclined, donation links are everywhere to keep us fed. Thank you in advance.
There you go. I know it went long, and I'm sorry about that, but we are getting inundated with Chili supporters, and Chili supporters with a lot of questions. So this is something that we point them to and say, just listen to that. This is what we're going to do. We can have Chili supporters here, and we can be nice to them. We can have Turtle Boy supporters here, too. We can be nice to them, too. It doesn't have to be all-out war. And we can be respectful of each other. Now, if they can't, then they disappear. And hello, Facebook Karen and Facebook Fonda. Hello. Yes. But the thing is, just take chill pill, people. And for all of you new, we love everyone new coming in who's probably picking this up later on tonight. But, and no, Mrs. Tom, you don't all have to be nice. You just have to not get banned. And since you're in blue, you're not going to get banned anyway.
Yeah.
This
as the channel grows, we're going to have a variety of views that are going to come in, and not all of them are going to align with your own. Some of them are going to be contentious. Some of them are going to be diametrically opposed, and that's fine. There's no problem with that.
God, yeah.
The more variety, the better, actually. And
we had
like Jim said, the ad hominem attacks. They can be fun. But discuss why you don't agree with the subject. Discuss what's going on, and you might be able to change some minds with a little bit of discussion instead of just argument.
And I ended up having to ban someone in the big Chili. There's a Chili video that's not viral, but it's big for us, where this guy was discussing and defending Chili. And the one thing that got him banned was he started talking anti-gay stuff. And I'm sorry, I am not going to put up with that on my server. You don't start smack talking anyone's background like that. So, I mean, he was otherwise fine. He was defending Chili to the death, but you don't start smack talking like that. You don't insult a person. You insult the idea. And that guy's gone. So he would have been a tremendous part of our little community, but that kind of talk is not gonna fly. Just like anyone going after somebody's religion, anyone's going after somebody's backgrounds. Those are not permitted.
Don't be a bigot.
Yeah, don't be an asshole.
A bigot.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. We're open to everybody. If you're a Chili fan, you're here. You can be here. Just don't take it that far. And that's our little rant for the night. Folks, we'll be back at the top of the hour with our panel. We've been saving up some Drunk Gurl, even though officially Drunk Gurl comes back tomorrow at our normal time at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 o'clock on where it counts, 11 o'clock Mountain, and 10 o'clock on the West Coast. Tonight we're going to have some fun with our panel, watching things like, Officer, my boobs are cold.
That was a funny one. And then tomorrow the newscast is going to be bumped back a half an hour. I got to go and get a bunch of Botox and inject it into my face and head and neck. So I'll
Yes.
be in transit. So I need a
Yes.
few minutes to get back home after that. So we'll be going at 4 o'clock West Coast.
Yes, so that is 7 o'clock on the East Coast, 6 o'clock where it counts, 5 o'clock Mountain, and 4 o'clock on the West Coast. So hope you can join us. If not, we will have our produced newscast, which came out early today, which is already live if you want to actually go watch these without us interrupting. Those are live, and then the individual stories will go up about 9 o'clock Eastern tonight. They're just set to be released. So with that, any last words?
If you have migraines, go get Botox. It's great.
Well, let's hit our favorite song here and get out of here for the next 53 minutes.
See you later.